Hello everybody and welcome back, or welcome to something a little different. My name is Stealwing33 today, ladies and gentlemen. So I was on Reddit the other day, and I got messaged by user Geek Nerd Elite, and he asked me to take a look at this Game Jam game that he had made with his like little indie studio, Saucy Armadillo Games, and took a look at it. And you could tell it's a little. You could tell it's a Game Jam game, which is good and bad, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But for the most part, it's okay. For the most part, it's okay. There's very good reasons why I think that, and very good reasons why I think that that kind of stuff is good. I'm just moving my screen region around. I apologize. It's like I'm wiggling around the screen in front of you guys. My hotbar's visible, and it's not normally what I like to do. Although now you can see like the top thing up here, but that's beside the point. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at it. I took a look at it yesterday, and I have some thoughts. And as a lot of you guys know who've been watching the channel for a while, I'm a game designer. So I take a lot of time out of my day to look at stuff. But first things first, this game is a survival gun crafting game, I believe is how it's described. You play as a scientist who has dreams of finding their fortune out in the wastes. We can see the wastes if we come up to this little thing here. As you can see, there's a bunch of mountains, and there's a city over here. There's like a lesser pyramid over there, stuff like that. But we have a problem, and that's our ship does not have any engines. They got destroyed during whatever, and we need to fix that. So how do we do that? Well, the tutorial book has everything we're going to need. You navigate the tutorial book with the arrow keys, and basically there's our ship. If we go to the thing there, that's fine. We can get to our ship's internal stuff over here. There's the map. If we go outside the ship, we drop into a different section of the game. We can go over to the far right side to craft stuff inside the ship. We can learn about guns. And then here's all the things we're going to need to craft. I'm going to need that later, but for now, we're gonna leave the ship because there's nothing for us to do on the ship right now. So there's no reason for us to hang out there. So this is, I'm gonna call this the main part of the game, right? Sort of this top-down, twin stick, shooting kind of thing, right? So you want to know the world, huh? Well, you see, I come from a very familiar place created by beings not unlike ourselves. We ain't perfect. We depleted resources and blew everything up just like our ancestors. And here we are. What is there to question in that? Alright, well, and there's like NPCs, there's these bug things that you can shoot with your gun. It's pretty... Overall, the game's pretty simple. It is a Game Jam game, so I'm giving it a little bit of elbow room, right? I do think that there's ideas here that could work. And I think that with a little bit more time and energy put into it, they have the potential to be a good idea. The maps are procedurally generated. You can kind of see that it gets a little craggy. There's a shop in the map and stuff like that. A bunch of other things. But so we will mosey on our way through here. As you can see, I've been picking up stuff: wood, copper, some crystals, iron. And we can craft all of that stuff into stuff, which I will probably do in the event that we end up in a situation where my inventory gets full, which will 100% happen. I will probably end up crafting like a bunch of stocks out of the wood. For some reason, wood's very common. As you can see, I've got like mostly wood in my inventory. It's because the iron and the copper and the crystals only come from these boxes, which you have to smash open. And it's very intriguing. But, you know, again, it's a Game Jam game, so I'm giving it a lot of elbow room. I do kind of make a rule that if the game isn't being built in all seriousness, right? Most Game Jam games are not. They're being built earnestly, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that those people are just building them willy-nilly, but, you know, I think it's important to always remember that it's way easier to criticize someone's work than it is to actually make it. That we should really remember that as we go forward. So I need to make a pistol receiver and then add copper to it to make a machine gun receiver. Okay, and we make a pistol receiver by putting a bar and gunpowder together. You make gunpowder by making this. You make a pipe by doing that. Okay, so let's Turn crafting mode on. You right click to pick things up, left click to put them down. We need 2 pipes? No, we just need 1 pipe, and I need plastic. We're out of money. Wunderbar. Shoot. I don't remember how to make gunpowder. How do I make gunpowder again? Wood plus crystal. There we go. And then you two combine together for that, and then you put this... What was it? It was copper plate? Right? Yeah, copper plate to make a machine gun receiver. That's an assault receiver. Okay, and then we can make a sniper receiver, I guess. Let's do that. There you go. Boom. That's different. We want to make a long-range barrel, which is a regular barrel, which is 2 pipes, plus another pipe. That's not how gun barrels work, but that's okay. Pipe, 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 pipe. Cool. And then we need a wooden stock. Easy. Okay, so now, when we get back to the ship, we can make ourselves a gun here. And we can make laser stuff by making crystals, and I don't know what the hell that red thing is, but that's fine. Alright, close the crafting menu. Turn the crafting mode off, and let's get on our way here. Basically, this is basically the game. You can kind of see some of the seams appearing. It's not... And I'm trying to be as nice as possible, because it's not fair to really come down on somebody who very clearly put a lot of, like, time and effort. The sprite work in this game is very good. That's a great sprite loop. Even the gun sprite with its, like, modular design is actually, like, pretty decent. Although all the bullets being green balls probably not what you want for a final product. I'm assuming that this game is not a final product. I am operating under that assumption based on the fact that they sent it to me to look at, though. I am inclined to perhaps ask that maybe, if this is going to final product, maybe spend another couple months, like, working on it a little bit. I think it's got potential to be something that at least is, like, mildly good. But in its current form, it is not. And I'll talk more about my thoughts about why that is in a minute. Because a lot of it's structural stuff, right? The fact that your character sprite doesn't hold on to the gun, a little weird. I understand. Again, it's game jam game. I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, your game jam game is worse than, like, full release titles. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you as good as fucking, like, RimWorld or some shit? Like, that's not fair, right? But, like, if there's plans to move forward, these are things that I would consider spending some time on, you know? Things like making the game, the menu system flow a little better, right? Making the gunplay maybe a little more satisfying than just hold the button down. Maybe allowing me to, like, dodge roll or something, or sprint would be nice. Obviously, these are all quality of life things, right? But I drop stuff. I can. Look at that. I was trying to figure that out all day yesterday. Must have been in crafting mode on accident. I had, like, way too much wood for a while. You know, maybe including, maybe making the tutorial not just big walls of text that I didn't read. Because I'll be honest, I'm pretty decent. I'm pretty patient, all things considered. But, like, Jesus, that was like a wall of text. These guys also were a little difficult to fight, given my, like, inability to, like, go back to the ship without going through the sewer first, right? So, like, you basically saddled me with, like, not the worst gun, that's ridiculous, but, like, probably, like, one of the worst weapons in the game, comparatively. Like, the shotgun's very good. I used that a little bit yesterday. But, you know, you saddled me with, like, probably the worst weapon that you can have. And then like, sort of effed me on it a little bit. We're just going to leave those materials there. I have, like, too many materials, and we're not going to play for much longer anyway. So here's my other problem with the game, and that's when you want to, like, move stuff out of your inventory. Let's make this gun first before... Like, so I can put the sniper receiver here. I can put the wood stock here. I can put the long barrel here. Our fire rate way the hell down now. Wait, so if I put it like that, doesn't make any sense. Alright. So there you go. Now we have a sniper rifle. But so if I want to move materials, like let's say I want to put the basic barrel away. I have to click and drag it. And this is the worst. Back in the day, when you used to have to do this in Minecraft, back in like pre-alpha stuff, it almost made me stop playing the game. Because this is the worst. I have to clicking this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not fun. And I mean, like, not just, like, kind of not fun. Like, this is, like, actively ruining my experience having to do this. And I know what you're saying. Oh, but Stealing, you don't need to do this. No, I do. Because if I go down with all the stuff in my inventory, then, like, I'm not going to be able to pick anything up, right? Like, you know, that's not good. I need to be able to pick stuff up, right? That's, like, the part of the game. But I also could probably spend some time... I can make an engine. The engine's pretty meaty. It's past the lasers. So we combine metal pipe. I dropped a metal. Craft mode on. Combine metal pipe with a copper plate to make a gear. Do that twice. And then combine the gears together to make double gears. Then you combine double gears together with an engine assembly made out of copper, which you make by putting two copper plates together. Then there's your engine. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we turn crafting mode off. I left click the engine. Ship's range has been increased. That's essentially, as far as I understand, that's the gameplay loop, right? You click on these pins to travel to places. The problem is that the ship doesn't go where you tell it to, which ain't fun. So yeah, I don't know. That's sort of my thoughts, right? Like, it's got very little to do with anything in particular, right? Like, it sort of boils down to, like, what is it that this game wanted to be, right? Is this like a pet project? You built it, threw it out on itch.io, and then you're just sort of done with it? Or is there more to it, right? Like, did you want to maybe make this into a full game? If that's the case, it needs work. You know, I think that if you are a game designer, you're aware of that at minimum, right? If you're not planning on making more of it, then, I mean, for a Game Jam game, it's not bad. I'm assuming you spent, what, 24 hours on it? It's not bad for 24 hours. I don't understand why, like, I have EXP, but, like, it doesn't do anything. So, overall, that's pretty much it. That's Journey to Steel Mountain. It's not bad. It was part of, like I said, it was part of a game jam. It was part of Jamcraft, which was between March 2nd and March 16th. Okay, so it was like 2 weeks worth of time. 2 weeks worth of time, this is not bad. I think if you want to make more out of it, you're going to need to put some work down. Because the game's a little rough around the edges, which, you know, after 2 weeks for a prototype, this isn't bad. I'll be honest, 2 weeks worth of work into a prototype is none too shabby. I think getting a procedural generation engine up and running in that amount of time is pretty rough. But even with that in mind, like, you know, I don't know. Again, it depends on what you want out of this, right? Like, if you want to make this just this, like if this is all you wanted, then yeah, sure, good, congrats, you accomplished a decent prototype, right? If you want to make this more, there's a lot of small polishing areas that I would probably suggest. Making your tutorial maybe less of a wall of text is a good move. Good first place I would start, probably. Maybe making it so that I can smash these boxes not using my gun, so I'm not punished for making, like, the sniper rifle. Would be pretty solid. And that's it. I think that's it. So that is going to do it for this episode. We'll go out with the funky jams and the rhythm of music of the journey to Steel Mountain. If you guys have any questions or you guys have any other games you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comments down below. I'm probably going to try to make this into a regular thing. I really enjoyed analyzing this game. I know it's basic, but you know, it got sent to me, and I figured I'd take a look at it, and here we are. But yeah, with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!